Welcome to MJ Welch Auction 142. For those who are new to us, we specialize in auctions, but we specialize in estates of deceased or downsizing, going to retirement homes. This is going to be a short auction, but we wanted to have it before the holidays. So here we go. This is mainly of one deceased estate and one gone into a retirement home. So there will be a mix of items, as you'll see. I'm just going to start out. There's a wicker glass top dining room table. I say wicker, bamboo and wicker. It's got 4 chairs, armchairs, but it's also got 1 armless chair. If you got an extra person, you want to pull it up, there you go. I got 5 chairs in. I got this Christmas tree that supposedly has got all the lights, and all you do is plug it in. I haven't opened it, but that's what they told me it was. Here's a antique. This is an Empire cherry wood dresser. We got some artwork. You can look online, it'll tell you who the artists is. They're lithos or whatever they are. This is a more modern desk lamp. I'm gonna go with this unusual table. This is probably from the 1980s. Got a nice base on it. Okay, we got this table. We got the wing chair. We got the marble top, little console table, 42-inch TV. We got a fresh lobster sign. We have the mirror that did not sell last auction, a vintage piece. We got this nice brass floor lamp. It swivels, the shade turns, and so forth. So nice little brass piece. And down here we have these 4 items are sold. This is marble and that's alabaster. These are nice. These are Shannon crystal decanters. Look how they're cut. See how they go into there. Okay, those are brand new. We actually took them out of the box. This is this brass headboard. It can be used for king or queen. The only flaw, if you remember, they soldered it instead of brazed it right there. This looks like it's from the movie. I forget what it's called, but there was a movie like that. We got the little clock. I have the lighted pedestal. Sitting on top of it is a vintage, this is a French bronze. Again, the name and so forth are on the site. I have the nice armchair. I got the rug, another armchair, got a ladder back chair, got an old trunk. Trunk's not in the best condition, but we got it. We got the oak wardrobe, shift robe, whatever you want to call it. This is, I like this deco piece. It's a deco cabinet. It has a Bakelite pull knob. You notice when I pull it, I've not seen that on the cabinet, but that's a vintage piece, nice little deco cabinet. This one is like new condition over here. This is mahogany, nice piece, area rug. I've got this nice old oil painting. It's an old one. It's signed, but the signature is almost gone. You can't hardly read it. Painting's got some age to it, so if you like the subject and especially the frame, it's really great. Look at these lamps. I got 2 of these. These are electrified oil lamps. There's the oil reservoir. Look at that. Got little angels on there. This is a brass base. I got 2 of those. I got a vintage cast iron tang horse. Nice piece. Got 2 toasting glasses, champagne flutes. Actually, I don't know what you call this piece, but it's an art sculpture. This is kind of like on board. I don't know how to describe it. I've not seen it. I know it's older. It's got the whitewash finish to it, but is what it is. Nice chair. It tells you who the maker is on the website. So if you want an expensive chair, it's a nice chair. We got this little chest, 3-drawer dresser, whatever you want to call it, with the marble top. It's missing 2 handles. One of them's in the drawer, but these you can find still online. You can always get you a handle, but it's got the inlay work. We got the little bronze monkeys. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. I'm going to back up. This is a litho. Again, the artist is signed right there. And it tells you more about it. Here's a sculpture piece. This is by actually a Cherokee Indian does these reproductions of this work, and this is his sign, I guess. He always has something on there. And on the back it tells you more about him and also why the spear and the feathers mean. This is a nice finish. You people into Chinese Asian work, this is like 1950s. This is pewter and brass. That's a brass belt down, brass base, like 1950s. Excellent piece, excellent. And then we threw this in, a little Chinese warrior, and we tell about him on the website. We got 2 pieces by this gentleman here, and it's on the web, so look at it. We got the vintage lamps that we got. These came off the ocean in Boca. I remember she was 90-something years old that died, but nice lamps though. Look at the work, that's all attached. Got the little baby bust there, cute kid. Again, there's the artist. Can't read it, go to my website. Here's the vintage floor lamp. Look at the floor lamp, nice piece. Got the alabaster bottom, got the little paw feet. And we have this piece, this carved piece here, and that looks like a piece of granite on top of it. That's actually a dark green black, so I called it black at first, but you look at it, it's kind of a dark green black. And then we have these nice vintage tables, mid-century bronze, and that looks like granite too. Okay, we got the little sofa, little settee. That's a, oh gosh, umbrella stand. I can't think whose is, but McCoy maybe? You have to look at it. I got the 2 cabinets. Again, they're just full of crystal, last squeaky, those hinges. I got new hinges if you buy it. They're in a package on the other, I'll show you. But look at the, got some good pieces of crystal. These candlesticks are really, this is one of my favorite pieces in crystal, and I'm not even a crystal person. Very nicely done, brilliant cut. That's some of that. I'm just going to, there's a Murano, vintage Murano piece back there. It's a shame, salt and pepper, missing one top. I would go online and find me a crystal top and put on those. Those are nice. Those are beam plates back there, B-O-E-H-M. We got the 3 decanters. We got 3 watches as one number. There's a good piece there. Okay. I'm going to close that one. Let's go to this one. Again, we got some nice pieces in here. There's a package of new hinges. If somebody buys both cabinets, they get all the hinges. If they buy one, we'll split them up. These are groups of 3. These are new watches. That's a global. It's a vintage piece. That's a vintage piece. Those are dessert plates. We got 50-something pieces of cordials here, I believe. Schaefer pins, vintage Schaefer's, Lalique, nice Lalique. Oh gosh, what was that? I'll think of it in a minute. Of course, okay. Got some more watches. There's Waterford back there. Oh, this is Steven. I'm sorry, Steven. Okay, these are Swarovski. That's a limited edition. Okay, that's that vintage Rene Lalique, not just Lalique. It's an R Lalique, which is an older piece. Actually, it was sold last auction, and we're putting it back in this auction. Okay. Went too cheap, they said. They're going to make some money, I guess. Here's a hammered copper sculpture chandelier. Here's another art piece signed. Let me go down. This is, I thought that sold, but I guess it didn't. Clarinet. This little side table, you pull up. Here's one of a nest of tables, but the carving on it was so good, I said, I'm going to see if somebody wants that. Got the bronze, French bronze chandelier. Got a seriograph back there, mother and child. And back there, the painting. Okay, let's see. Jewelry. Tons of costume jewelry. I want you to look at it. The one that you're going to see in here the most, there's some real pearls, is Heidi Doss. She, the elderly woman that had these, was in independent living, and now she has to go to assisted living. But this is all of her stuff. It's like she bought it and never wore it. But there are some great pieces in there. Look at that one. I know a lot of you are not into jewelry, but those that are will appreciate that. There's a bag lot of, looks like watches. This is a really neat Heidi Doss. You got an elephant. I see rhinoceros right there. Looks like a lion, leopard, or a panther, giraffe, snake. It's got them all, little African thing. These are Heidi Doss. There you go again. This is a really good piece here. This is sterling silver and garnet. Good piece. That's a Beckman, Carmen Beckman piece. That's a vintage piece. Look at this zebra with the zebra tail as a hook. And of course, we got this rope necklace, and we got matching earrings. We have a chandelier up here, and I didn't show you that one. Let me turn around here slowly. Got the safe still. Nobody wanted the safe. We got the sofa. Holidays are here. Now, we used to bake a lot here when we had both sides and we had a commercial kitchen. Most all these pans that we have are new. We just never used them. There's a good one. OXO is a very expensive pan when cooking, and they're non-stick. They are great. This is one of our mixers, never used. It's actually about a $160 mixer, a commercial grade. So if you cook soups, especially if you make like cream of mushroom or split pea soup or something like, they're really, really great. Or even making your Italian sauce. Now these are, you know, I don't want to take it apart, but you can see what it does. It makes these shells. So these are really nice little pans. These again for cakes, these are brand new. These are the OXO, brand new. Again, never used them, they're great. These are Wilton pans, those are good. We got about 20 of these Trump 2020 bills. I got this Chinese, is that Chinese? Looks Japanese. Japanese vase, Chinese vase? No, Chinese. And I got a certificate with it up here, tells you more about it. I got some good compote bowls here. A vintage green bowl, very nice. Look at that big bowl. That's a Limoges cake stand over there. This is a nice burl wood. You can call it a document box, trinket box, jewelry box, whatever you want to use it for. It's all lined, excellent condition, looks great. This is a good piece here. Look at that platter. Got a boat. This is a red, white, and blue American flag type runner for your table. People who like vintage postcards, and you got the old stamps on them. I got a whole bag for them. This is just odd. We can't throw this stuff away. This is, you're not going to see it no more. This is a golf club cigarette lighter. You push that and the clubs go over. It's got an old whistle, a Daisy BB, excuse me, BB container has BBs in it. Zippo lighter. Excuse me again. Got some spoons. A couple of badges, baseball cards. These are, oh gosh, those are candle holders. A vintage, they got the little spikes and they go in the cake and you put candles in them. Let me go over here. I got these two nice pieces up here. Those are bronze, Hindu stuff. The lady actually bought this when she was in Egypt. It's an Egyptian mirror, wall mirror. Nice gold frame. Kind of Florida look, isn't it? I like this one. Look at that bird's eye maple frame with your margarita glasses. Little etching. Ooh, it's a little etching. More jewelry. A sterling silver back there. I won't linger on this too much because there's just bags and bags of costume jewelry. Here's a, looks like a hand carved. This is an old piece, old cabinet, wooden cabinet, 2 drawers, vintage piece. I have this grouping in here. That's actually, I think, from Israel, but the other is African stuff that's in there. It's a grouping of missed lots. I got this little tin pan, whatever you want to call it, full of flatware. I want to sell that. This is a bag lot of some vintage items. This is a box lot. Look at this. You want to hang that on something. Here's the piece here. This is all wood carves. Got the little drawers. Good little desk piece. You can put your envelopes in it, and I believe pens. Yeah, pens there. I got vintage books. These are old price guides and so forth. I got 2 boxes of those. I got these 2 vintage stools. Let me go in the back room. Wait just a minute. I got this one I got to show you. A leather little etching there. There's one there. We'll go in the back room real quick. This is a little drop leaf table. Okay, this is a group of 13. The light's not real good in here, but it's a grouping of 13 items. They went to Africa and they bought all this stuff in Africa. And I was told by the surviving relative. Got the, still I have the bronze mirror. That's a vintage bronze mirror. I have this table, vintage table. I got 6 chairs to go with it. Looks like 1 armchair and 5 armless. This is a grouping. These are vintage. Warming plate, fish plate, cheese plate, or whatever there. Let me go around here. I still have this mirror. And this grouping here, I think there's 3, 6, 7, 8. I think there's 7, 8 pieces in this one. But it has, and again, they all came from Africa. And also I have another grouping of vintage serving plates, and these are hot plates, so you can put hot stuff on it. And of course I got some shoes. I got Christian Dior down there. I got Louis Vuitton. I got, what's that? Prada. And these pointed high heel shoes. I got a Gucci bag. There's the bag. Here's the bag. Here's the belt. I got these 6 vintage chairs. They're in good condition. And I'll go around here. Here's some more African. There's a little rug. And I'll go down the line a little bit. And what's over here? Oh, I got under this one, slides out, so you can use that. And then I got the drop leaf table. I have over here 2 stools. I have the mirror that's black and white granite stripes. And then I have this vintage piece. That's all hand-done Mexican work, vintage mirror. And I think that's it for this auction. I told you it's going to be a short one. The holidays are here, so happy Thanksgiving and enjoy the auction.